Alright gang, Sean and Clinton back with you from YourManZone. Today we're going to work on a New York rib roast. We've got a bone-in New York strip. We purchased at a really good price, $4 a pound. We want to show you how to break it down, taking it from the primal cut down to your steaks. This one's got the ribs attached, so we need to separate the ribs from the meat. As we're doing this, we're just trying to keep as much meat on the roast itself and leave very little on the bones. These bones would make for a great stock for bone broth, but they're really not useful to us right here. We'll just carve around, try and stay as close to the bone as you can, keeping that New York steak as big as we can get. This is an upper 2/3 choice roast. It's got good marbling. A lot of people would be really threatened by a cut like this, but they're really fairly simple to break down if you just know where to cut. Today we're going to be sous-videing this steak. We want a steak with a perfect medium rare, edge to edge. So we're going to run it in our sous-vide and then reverse sear it off on our blaze grill. We've got a sear plate on our blaze grill that gets whipping hot, so we'll use it and sear them off once they're done. You want to keep all this fat trimming. If you do any grinding, it makes a great addition into sausages and stuff like that. This fat won't render off for us when we cook these steaks, so there's no reason to keep them on here. Just finish getting into these bones. Being careful not to swing the knife into your hand. Starting to get some good separation with this bone off of the roast. Just gotta finish getting the last little places that are connected. When we started, this roast was about 20 pounds. We cut it in half. So this one's starting off right at 10 pounds. After we trim, we'll see what our weights are to see how much we lost. Almost got it. There we go. Last few little tendons and we'll be there. Keep this rack of bones. You'll want to use it for stock, soup, something like that. We're going to try and cut these into about 2-inch steaks. We're sous-videing them, so we want them good and thick so we can keep a good medium rare all the way through our cook. Some good marbling in there. It's a good choice roast. Trying to make them all even so they cook the same in the sous-vide. Keep them as close to the same thickness as you can. Get one more out of that. Save that last bit for grinding into something else. A little bit of bone there still. Alright, we'll take that out after. We're going to salt these with a good flaked salt and let them sit for a good 2 hours in the icebox or chiller, in your fridge, somewhere that's going to stay cool. What that's going to do is start getting the juices flowing throughout the steaks. After we've done this, you'll notice there's going to be a lot of moisture buildup on top. That's your juices starting to kind of flow in and out, taking the salt into the meat and seasoning a little bit throughout. This is a good flaked sea salt that we're using. Alright, you can see the moisture on top. This is 2 hours later. We're going to hit it with some ground pepper, some dry rosemary, and some dried thyme. Get them ready to get in our sous vide bags. We're going to vacuum pack them for our sous vide. Some dried rosemary, dried thyme. We're going to do the same thing. See, this one's got some good marbling throughout, so it'll render out some good moisture. Our steaks will be good and moist. The last thing we'll do is put a couple of pats of butter on each steak before we put them in the sous vide bags. That'll help kind of distribute the seasoning throughout the cook. Just about a half a tablespoon per slice, about a tablespoon per steak. Maybe a little bit more. Okay, now they're ready for the bags. We'll put them in 2 at a time, 2 per bag. We have these bags sealed on one edge. Make sure and do a bag big enough that you have room to seal the other end. The whole purpose of this in the sous vide is to keep the water out, obviously. Typically, you will sous vide for anywhere between an hour and a half and 2.5 hours, depending on the thickness of your steaks. We're going to run ours at 130 degrees, giving us a perfect medium rare throughout the entire steak, edge to edge. Really, the only method that you can use to achieve that is sous vide. Got it at 130 degrees. We always check it with our thermal pin. Thermal works, thermometers are incredible, very accurate. You can see it's right on the machine and the thermal pin. So we're ready to go. Try and get as much of the air out as possible. These vac sealers are a lifesaver for the sous vide machine. It just takes a couple of seconds for it to suck the air out and seal it up. enough good seal on there, nice and tight. Throw the next one in. We weighed these out and ended up with just over 5 pounds. So we lost about 50% in trimmings and bone, making it $8 a pound for a choice New York steak, typically running around $12 a pound at your butcher. This method of cooking is going to render us out a steak that's restaurant quality, but done at home. Just attach our bags to the side of our container. We're using an Anova Sous-vide, their Wi-Fi version. Right now around the holidays, you can pick one of these up for around $100. Very affordable for a family chef, a family cook, whatever you want to call yourself. And a very versatile tool. I own a restaurant, so I have access to the tubs that this is in, but you could pick one up at your local restaurant supply store. We'll let them go. About 2.5 hours later, we've got our steaks finished off to 130 degrees. It'll cook them perfectly. Now we're going to sear them off. We've got our sear plate, ripping hot. This is on a blaze grill. Really, the only reason for this is appearance. A steak doesn't look very appealing coming out of a sous vide bag. Plus, we want to get that little bit of caramelization from the grill marks to give us that real charred flavor. It doesn't take but a few minutes on each side when you're dealing with these temperatures. We'll try and cross hatch them so it looks like a good restaurant quality steak. About halfway through, you'll turn them 90 degrees to get that good cross hatching. These are going to be good, I can already tell. A good grill mark. Turn them over, finish them off, and let's eat. If you've enjoyed this video, please go down in the comment section and like it. Subscribe to our channel so you get notified when we put up a new video. Leave suggestions, comments, anything you'd like to see. We'll try and put it on video for you. These are done. Let's go carve them up. Alright, finished product. Rested about 8 minutes. Let's see what we've got. Perfect medium rare, edge to edge, full of juice. That's a good look in New York. Thanks for joining us, guys. We appreciate you following us, watching our videos. Y'all have a good night.